welcome back. So today I wanted to do a quick video. I'm hoping this will be fairly quick. And I wanted to show y'all my 2020 planner setup that I have so far, and this is for real this time. I've changed a few things up, but I did kind of keep it the same general format, I guess. My page numbers that I had in my other journal, it's pretty much going in the same flow, but I did change a few things up and it feels more me. I've been so happy setting this up because going in the print impression weeks, I liked it, but this just feels like home. And I'm really feeling that fire burning again. Like I'm so happy. And while I did like a few things that I did in the other journal for the other setup, this feels more me. So if it probably won't come as a surprise to you if you did see my last video, during the extremely long heart-to-heart, I talked about whether I was going to stay in the Archer and Olive, go to this one, or use the Sekis one. And if you watch that video, it's probably no surprise that I ended up choosing this one. And I've got to say, I am super happy that I chose this one because the paper just reminds me so much of the paper that I love and adore in these soft cover journals, but it's just a little bit thicker, so it doesn't ghost quite as much. So I'm going to take y'all through this. It is far from done, but it's getting there. So let's just dive right in. So here at the front, I've got this postcard that I got a while back in some Patreon mail from Illustrazy. I really loved the illustrations that she put on here. I did have to trim it a little bit just so it would fit right here, but I did that and then wrote 2020, and it looks kind of crappy, but you know what? It's okay. I may end up putting something over here because I'm not going to be able to put this journal in a cover. Because it is a little bit taller than a true A5, so it's a little bit taller and a little bit wider. So this book is a chunk, but anyway, I haven't really decided what I was going to put over here yet. I ended up cutting out the ribbon bookmarks, and it looks fine. You can see just the tiniest little edge of the bookmark, but I hate bookmarks, and I'm just really glad I didn't have to go through the trouble of snipping out the pen loop, because these journals do not come with a pen loop, which is something I really, really loved about this. Okay, moving into here, nothing. Here I stuck down this beautiful journaling card. I've been holding on to this journaling card for the longest time because I love the color. I love the simplicity of it, but the design on the inside is very ornate, and I don't know, I really loved it. So I finally was like, you know what, I'm going to use it. And I really like the placement there. That way when I just open up the journal, here it is. And I think it goes really well with kind of the overall coloring that I used for this. Over here on the front and back of this page were actually the index pages. So I just took some paper that I had from one of the Prima Marketing paper packs. I believe this is the Moonchild collection. And just cut it exact to, well, almost exact to size that the index was, and then just taped it down. And I wanted to do something kind of fun. I've been holding on to these little pieces of ephemera for a while from Lace and Whimsy, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do like a little cute faux tarot card spread. So that's what I did, and then I have this beautiful holographic sticker here, and then I put little, and so it is there, but just wanted to kind of keep it simple. It's not exactly a vision board, but it's just something that I just kind of put together and was like, I really like that, so I'm going to put that in there. On the other side, I have the same paper I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'll figure something out. Here is my journal's cover page, and I've got to say, as much hard work as I put into the last one, you know, getting the watercolor right, drawing the lotus flower, all that, I don't know, there's just something about this that I just really love. So one thing that I did change is, and it's honestly really the wording, but I kind of like the idea of an intention over as I'm going to do this. I feel like, you know, saying I'm going to do this, it kind of sets you up for failure. So don't want to do that. So I wrote, this year I intend to focus. And then this is more of, this actually may be one of the little journaling card sets from that Prima marketing thing. And then same here, this is some washi tape from Simply Gilded, my ever favorite washi tape from Docky Journals. More Simply Gilded here, and then the moon one is from Paper Geek Co. Here I've got my When Ideas Become Reality, and I really thought about redoing the whole light bulb thing, but I was like, you know what? We're going for a very celestial type theme. And I had these 2 stickers printed out for a while and just needed to use them. So I stuck those down, and then I screwed up right here and had written in black ink. Hated it so much. I think I'd written the letters like way too wide, and it would have just, no, it would not have worked. So I just snipped a little, or I tore a little bit of paper out and stuck that down, wrote on it with white pen, and we're on our merry way. So that just goes to show you, whatever you screw up can be fixed. And actually this, oh, I missed that page. And actually the same goes for right here. I screwed up. So I marked over it with a Tombow and then went over this several times with a white pen, and I actually like it better because intend, it pops. So here is the page that I missed. I did my future log. Here was where I really wanted to test out the watercoloring capability of this paper. And honestly, it performed about the same, about on par with with how it does in my other journal. I'm very happy with it. I did go very light-handed with this, which this particular color of watercolor is very, very translucent anyway, but it was easy to build. But I did test out little spots here and there of, you know, areas that might have had a little bit more water on them than other, and I'm really impressed with it. Once again, I'm very impressed with how you can watercolor on this paper, and the paper just performs very, very well. One thing that I do like to do whenever I do watercolor or stamps or anything like that, I like to take just a half sheet of paper, any kind of paper, it's scrap paper. I think I finally threw away that half sheet of scrap paper that I had because it just got so much on it. And I like to put it down, close the book, and then press the book in a way. So I'll just put a lot of heavy stuff on there. That way my paper, it still crinkles a little, but it lays more flat and it helps it dry more flat. I don't know, that just really has worked for me. So that's why I did that. But I wanted to keep the coloring of this page just really simple, just black, white, gray. So that's kind of what I did. And I actually like this future log a lot more than the other one that I did. So yeah, there's When My Ideas Become Reality. Now this page, I just don't need to do YouTube stuff on my journals or just not use watercolor. But as you can see, I fixed it. You might be able to tell a little bit of red there, but that is completely my fault. I put another piece of paper underneath this whenever I started on it, but I did not tape it down, and I really should have taped it down because as I'm going, it's like the watercolor kind of like got underneath the page and stained a little bit on this page. So that's why we have the washi tape there, because it's a little bit distracting, and it did ruin the page. But yeah, so this is my watercolor YouTube ideas page. just very simple. I took some washi tape, some thicker washi tape, and just kind of cut it into the little triangle play button like shape and just watercolored away. So there we go. Goals page is very simple. Once again, I wanted to keep it super simple, so I just washi taped a box and then added this little mountain sticker and wrote goals. Here, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I may go for another full page sticker like I did, but I'm not entirely sure, so we'll just see. Here, I taped down a border and then just pulled some watercolor out to create a frame. And I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I used a stamp with... I want to kind of give a little bit of a warning about this particular ink. I know most of my stamp inks take a little while to dry, but this is what I used. I used this color. This is the Colorbox Petal Point pigments. I love these, but they do take a while to dry. I would say definitely either keep your book open or give it at least probably about 24 hours to dry completely. That's why there's a little bit of smudging right here, because I would kind of like do my finger over it and test, and it did smudge a little bit, but it's okay. I don't mind it really. And then I created this little skull with flowers on her head with a little moon and stuff like that from some stickers that I had from Banana Peel Stickers, which is one of my favorite shops. And then I've got some little mandalas from a Happy Planner. What is that book called? I think it is the Faith or the Free Spirit sticker book. Pretty sure it's the Free Spirit one. And it's the one with the darker, more jewel tone colors, not the lavender one. I've still got to kind of trek my way through that one. And then I also used this little star thing, Seek Adventure, and then this is actually the Aries constellation, which is my, I am an Aries, so I wanted to use that and incorporate that in there. Yeah, I mixed metals some, so we've got some rose gold, we've got some silver, everything like that, but I kind of like the vibe that it gives. I really like that. I thought that was a good way to kind of start the year off. Here I've got a this month thing, and I had to change up my tracker because I didn't even realize it whenever I drew out this big box. I was like, oh, remember you had that big bar down here. So, oh, excuse me. So I had to figure out a way to do my habit tracker and incorporate all 31 days. And I still have room to add maybe another one, but I never really kind of nailed down what I would want to track. So I'm just kind of leaving that up in the air. And at the same time, it doesn't look like I have room here, but I think it's just one of those things that if I do put something on there, I don't think it'll look too cluttered. And if I just leave it, I don't think it looks really odd because, I don't know, that's just me. So we've got full space for to-do lists for the month, and then all the bills and everything, and then this beautiful deco from a friend. I'm testing some stuff out for her, and I think it's gorgeous. So that's kind of, I wanted to have like this right here as my main really eye-catching part. So that's why that's there in that particular place, and then I just kind of built around that. So there's that, and here we come to my first spread of 2020. I almost said 2019, but this will be my first spread for 2020. So I'm going to go back to the page a day format. I may switch it up from time to time if I feel the need to, but that's generally about it. So this spread is mostly made up. I really love this washi tape, and I did cover up a lot of it, but I got a bunch of just solid color washi tapes from Jet Pens, and I really, really love them. I think they are amazing quality, and they just, I think if you're a real big washi tape user, you know, sometimes you may want to use solid colors, so that really fulfilled that need. And then a lot of this deco here, like this was some scrap paper. I don't remember where it came from, but it's just some scrap paper I had. This was some paper that I had stamped on and had already torn up. This is from that Prima marketing pack, and then all of the rest of the stickers on this spread are just various Lace and Whimsy stickers, and I think it goes just really well together. So I'm excited to use it. And then on the back here, I've got my pen test page, which I already showed, but I did add the watercolors to it. So we will see how they performed. So what I did was I took the gray, and then I tried to take just different colors with various levels of opacity. So like this red one here, like you really have to thin it out because it is super opaque. These two, you know, not quite so much. This one's just a very light color in general. And then I did a couple of swatches with this lavender here. And let me tell you, they performed incredibly well. No bleed through, some ghosting, but no actual bleed through. So the gray does not show, but these are the other darker colors. And you can kind of see that lavender right here, not so much. And then they're almost nearly undetectable here. So I'm really impressed with how these watercolors performed on this paper. And then I've got my mail tracker here. So what I intend to do is mirror that over here, and this will be just a continuation of the mail tracker. So yeah, that is everything so far. I didn't put my skincare routine in here because I do want to put it in here, but and I also want to put it like a book tracker in here as well, and maybe track some podcasts and things like that. Like I do want to read a couple of books this year. So I may end up putting that in there too. Don't know yet, but overall, this is my 2020 setup. And as I add things in, of course, I'll show y'all. So yeah, I hope y'all had a wonderful Christmas holiday if you celebrate. And if not, I just hope you had a wonderful holiday season in general. Personally, I'm really glad that it is over. I'm ready to get New Year's over and just go about our day. Call me a little bit of a curmudgeon, but that's just how I feel. So it'll be nice to get back into a regular routine. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see future videos, please hit subscribe. I would love to have you over here. And other than that, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody.